Is it Groundhog Day in Santa Clara, or are the San Francisco 49ers simply cursed when it comes to their wide receiver room? Because just when you thought the offseason drama might finally subside, another seismic tremor is rocking the Bay Area. We're talking about Jauan Jennings, the gritty, indispensable fan favorite, who is reportedly demanding a new, lucrative contract or, failing that, a ticket out of town. This isn't just a contract dispute. It's a ticking time bomb threatening to derail a Super Bowl contender, especially when you consider the already precarious state of the 49ers receiving core. How can a team with championship aspirations find itself repeatedly in this bewildering predicament, teetering on the edge of a wide receiver crisis as Week 1 looms large? For the San Francisco 49ers, the wide receiver position has become an annual saga, a recurring nightmare that plays out with agonizing predictability. Each offseason seems to bring a fresh wave of discontent, trade rumors, or unexpected departures, leaving the faithful Niner fanbase holding its breath. This year, the spotlight shines intensely on Jauan Jennings, a player whose value extends far beyond the stat sheet, a true, unsung hero who embodies the very spirit of the team. As he enters the final year of his contract, Jennings, who many argue is essentially the WR1 in terms of sheer impact plays and clutch moments, is now reportedly seeking a substantial new deal. The alternative, a stark and unsettling demand, is a trade to a team willing to meet his financial expectations. The news, first broken by ESPN's Adam Schefter, paints a clear, if frustrating, picture. Jennings has approached the 49ers with his request, but progress has been minimal. A source close to the situation revealed that if a new agreement isn't hammered out before the start of training camp next week, Jennings fully intends to request a trade. This isn't a bluff. It's a calculated move by a player who knows his worth in a league where elite blocking, third-down prowess, and clutch playmaking are increasingly rare commodities. Financially, Jennings is slated to count a modest $4.258 million against the salary cap in 2025, the final year of the two-year, $15.39 million extension he inked just last offseason. For a player of his unique skill set and proven impact, that number feels like a bargain, almost an insult. In today's inflated NFL market, while Jennings isn't expected to hold out of training camp, the report ominously suggests he's not expected to be happy. This echoes the familiar refrain heard last summer with Brandon Aiyuk, another key receiver whose contract dispute cast a long shadow over the team's preparations. The 49ers front office, it seems, is once again walking a tightrope, balancing fiscal responsibility with the need to keep their star players content. But with Jennings, the stakes feel even higher, primarily because of his multifaceted contributions to Kyle Shanahan's intricate offensive scheme. Jauan Jennings is not your typical wide receiver. He's a hybrid, a force multiplier, a player whose impact reverberates across the entire offense. He is first and foremost an exceptional blocker, a rare trait in today's pass-happy NFL. In a run-heavy scheme like the 49ers, Jennings' ability to clear lanes, sustain blocks, and even pancake defenders is absolutely vital to the success of Christian McCaffrey and the entire rushing attack. Without his tenacious blocking, the 49ers' vaunted ground game would lose a critical component, forcing other receivers to step into a role they may not be as adept at or forcing the team to adjust its blocking schemes entirely. His presence on the edge fundamentally changes how defenses can approach the 49ers' run plays. Beyond his blocking prowess, Jennings has emerged as one of the NFL's premier third-down targets. When the game is on the line, when a crucial first down is needed, Brock Purdy consistently looks his way. Jennings possesses an uncanny ability to create separation in tight windows, secure contested catches, and fight for extra yards after contact. His hands are reliable, his routes are crisp, and his understanding of defensive coverages allows him to find soft spots and convert critical downs. Last season, stepping into a more prominent role, he delivered career highs across the board, hauling in 77 receptions for 975 yards and 6 touchdowns. These numbers weren't just an incremental improvement. They nearly doubled his output from his previous 3 seasons combined, a clear indication of his growing importance and untapped potential. Remember his performance against the Seattle Seahawks last November, where he snagged 10 passes for 91 yards and a touchdown in a tough loss. That was a microcosm of his clutch gene, a testament to his ability to rise to the occasion when his team needed him most. However, Jennings' contract dispute isn't occurring in a vacuum. It's unfolding against a backdrop of unprecedented instability within the 49ers' wide receiver room, a situation that could quickly devolve into a full-blown crisis. The most glaring development, and one that has sent shockwaves through the fanbase, is the departure of Deebo Samuel, who is now reportedly with the Washington Commanders. This is not a minor detail, it's a seismic shift. Samuel, a dynamic wide back who redefined the position with his rushing and receiving versatility, was a cornerstone of the 49ers' offense. His absence leaves a gaping hole, a void that cannot be easily filled. The loss of Samuel immediately elevates Jennings' importance even further, making his potential unhappiness or departure an even more catastrophic blow. Adding to the chaos, Brandon Aiyuk, the team's other star receiver, might begin the season on the physically unable to perform (PUP) list as he recovers from a knee injury. While the extent of the injury and his recovery timeline remain uncertain, the possibility of Aiyuk missing time, especially early in the season, is a terrifying prospect for the 49ers. Ayuk's route-running precision, his ability to stretch the field, and his chemistry with Brock Purdy are invaluable. If he's sidelined, the pressure on the remaining receivers, already thin on proven talent, will become immense. And then there's Demarcus Robinson, whose status is also up in the air. Following his arrest for driving under the influence and a subsequent no-contest plea, Robinson could face a suspension from a league. While perhaps not a primary target, Robinson provided veteran depth and experience, attributes that are now in short supply. His potential absence further depletes an already beleaguered unit. With Samuel gone, Aiyuk potentially out, and Robinson facing a suspension, the 49ers are left with a collection of unproven rookies and struggling veterans. Ricky Pearsall, the team's first-round pick in the 2024 draft, and Jacob Cowing, a fourth-round selection, are talented prospects, but expecting them to immediately step into significant roles and perform at a high level in a Super Bowl contending offense is a monumental ask. Rookie wide receivers, even highly touted ones, rarely hit the ground running without a steep learning curve. Veterans like Russell Gage and Isaiah Hodgins are also on the roster, but both are reportedly fighting just to make the team, a clear indication that their contributions are far from guaranteed. This confluence of events, Jennings' contract dispute, Samuel's departure, Aiyuk's injury, and Robinson's potential suspension, creates a perfect storm of uncertainty for the San Francisco 49ers. The wide receiver position, once a strength, is now arguably the team's biggest question mark. How will this impact Brock Purdy's development and performance? A young quarterback needs reliable targets, especially on crucial downs. How will Kyle Shanahan's meticulously crafted offensive scheme adapt to such significant personnel changes, particularly given the importance of blocking and versatility within his system? The margin for error in the NFL is razor thin, and these issues could severely hamper the 49ers' ability to execute their offense at the elite level required to contend for a Super Bowl. The situation with Jauan Jennings is not merely about money. It's about respect, recognition, and the fundamental understanding of a player's irreplaceable value. If the 49ers fail to meet Jennings' demands, they risk not only losing a clutch performer and an elite blocker, but also sending a disheartening message to the rest of the locker room. The optics of letting a player of Jennings' caliber walk, especially after he stepped up in critical moments, while simultaneously navigating a chaotic receiver room, could be devastating for team morale and future negotiations. The clock is ticking, and the pressure is mounting on the 49ers front office to resolve this before training camp begins. So, as Week 1 rapidly approaches, the San Francisco 49ers find themselves on a precarious tightrope, navigating a wide receiver crisis that could define their season. Will they manage to appease Jauan Jennings and secure his future in the Bay Area? Or will this saga culminate in a trade that further depletes an already struggling position group? The answers to these questions will undoubtedly shape the 49ers' championship aspirations and determine whether the season is remembered for their Super Bowl run or for the perplexing drama that plagued their receiving core. What's your take on this unfolding drama, Faithful? Are the 49ers right to play hardball with Jennings, or should they pay the man and secure their crucial playmaker? And how worried are you about the state of the wide receiver room as a whole? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comment section below. And if you want to stay on top of every twist and turn in this captivating offseason, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the breaking news and in-depth analysis.